Fellow Nigerians across the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. As you already know, I am George Onyibi. Of course, like I always say, if I had had a better phrase, maybe I would have been using that. But then, we will continue to appeal to the conscience of our people until they get to the level of maturity, when they will be able to discern what lies ahead of them. This morning, I want us to look at a message I simply titled, 4 Kinds of Politics that are played in Nigeria, which eventually has hindered the progress of the nation. Around the world, they play politics of politics, politics in religion, politics in tradition, politics everywhere. In fact, politics is the order of the day. And so whatever you are not able to play politics, you certainly will not be able to win. And now, looking at the affair of the nation, there is a trending story, a trending history, a trending event. I didn't want to give my attention to it, but I've watched people's opinion from so many angles. And considering the fact that that very issue is dominating the social media platform, locally and internationally. 90% of the radio station and TV station in Nigeria are talking about it. But then I see Nigerians who are supposed to know better are falling for this. And it's obvious politically we are not matured enough. Because if we are, our orientation would have changed by now. And most of those you see demonstrating their shenanigans across board will not be doing that. Everything they do, there is a political intention behind it. And so if I explain to you 4 kinds of politics that have hindered the progress of our nation, our country, Nigeria, next time you will begin to view them with 2 eyes. This is where we have problem. We saw the political imbalance in Nigeria. We saw the issue of insecurity that need to be addressed. We saw uncountable leaders from every angle who are not ready, or neither has they armed their mind with the responsibility of giving or redeeming accountability as when necessary. We confronted this process. We called it Biafra agitation, but we never know the politics behind it. Nobody is looking for Biafra. Nobody wants Nigeria to divide. It's politics. And then this same group of criminals wake up one day and they moved on until they are uniting their father and their mother. Abo is Igbo, Ikwere is Igbo, everybody is Igbo. And most of you who they are trying to use to play politics, you don't even know. Or you don't perceive what danger lies ahead of you. You do not know this politics is to your own detriment. A group of lunatics will come out from God nowhere and they will tell you that Abo people migrated from Igbo, which I don't have problem with. But you tell them that Igbo people migrated from Abo, then you have a problem. But you don't know it's a politics. It's disheartening. Honestly, if I see this kind of dirty politics turning a shaman against Benin man, it begins to make me to question, where is the hope of the South people? Many of you are not mature enough to know the game. Because if you are, you will know that the recent instigation against Asian and Benin people, the recent politics against Urubu and Ishekiri, the recent politics going all around South, I need you to pause a little bit and notice that when we begin to advocate for South progress, enlightenment, when we begin to appeal to the people of the South to pay attention to what is to come, all of a sudden, boom, almost every ethnic group want to begin to fight against each other. But it is politics that is being played there. And now this is our country. We wake up every day, we complain and complain and complain. Most of the complaining is political. And so, like I was saying, the trending news that brought my attention to this very broadcast, maybe you will learn, is the NYSC girl who is politically trying to rip off the emotions of Nigeria. And most of you have said your opinion, but I will tell you my opinion this morning. Because under our watch, we will not allow other people to sell the next generation of our people. But if you oblige and allow them to sell the next generation of your people, our work will direct your children, the next generation of your people, back home. Because certainly, we are not bloggers. Certainly, we are not here to massage anybody's ego. Certainly, we are not here to please anybody. We just want to have our life back because it has been taken from us politically. Maybe you begin to understand. And so let's see how I can be able to present this discussion comprehensively because it's quite lengthy. But let's look at the first politics that is played in Nigeria. The politics of godfatherism, if you will understand. The politics of godfatherism. We wake up every 4 years. We go to the polling center to exercise our franchise, to exercise our right to vote and to be voted for. But where is the credibility of the INEC? Who can actually agree that free and fair election actually took place? It's almost impossible to say of the truth that any election in Nigeria has ever been free or fair. Because when it is free and fair, the winner will be killed. Go and ask Abiola. When it is free and fair, America will call the person who won to leave office. Go and ask Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Go and ask Barack Obama. What did they do to Goodluck Ebele Jonathan? And so you wake up one day, they say, this is your president. They have hijacked the judiciary, the executive, the legislative arm. You are not going anywhere because the Godfather are speaking. But the amazing thing is 99.9% of Nigerians don't know who the true Godfathers in Nigeria are. Somebody will think Tinubu have power. No. When you enter the inner circle, you will know that there are people who did not even go to school. They tell Tinubu what to do. They are his godfather. Every godfather have a godfather. Believe me. Every godfather have a godfather. The manipulative politics by godfatherism, you will never see them coming. They go to the meeting. They make phone call. This is the next man coming on board. And that man will become the president. Let's use Wike and Senfobara as a case study. I've spent about 21 years in Lagos, or more, in Port Harcourt, or more. All these years I have spent in Port Harcourt, I have never for once heard the name called Senfobara. I have never heard about him until the last election. Believe me, from the government of Peter Odele down to the government of Onyesu Wike, I have worked closely with all of them in Brick House. When it comes to the civil engineering sector. When Peter Odele left, the issue of Umeha and Wike came. Amechi came. When Amechi left, the issue of Wike came. And when Wike came, in fact, I have been close participator when it comes to Rivers State government projects. I have never heard about, even when Wike was a local government chairman, even when he was chief of staff, I have never heard about Senfobara. But boom, Wike tenure expired. Everywhere in River State, same card, same card, same card, same card, same card. Godfather played their role. And so somebody we have not even heard his name, boom, emerge as the governor of Rivers State. But happily, we all love Senfobara. I love Senfobara. It's a likable person. I think he's an approachable person. But now, he has problem with his godfather, Onyesu Wike, Go to River State now. It look like dustbin. They are not packing the dustbin again. Many projects are shut down. Imagine if it were to be on a higher scale. The nation will suffer. As I'm talking to you, River State is bleeding. River State is suffering. Not because they do not have allocation given to them, not because they do not have the technical know-how to move the state forward, but because godfatherism influence will bring everybody to their knees until the state becomes a cow for them to milk. If you want to understand, understand. That is the politics of Nigeria. Now, how can River State progress? Now, how can Nigeria progress? How can your community progress when your political arena is dominated by Godfather? These people are faceless, they are nameless, and that makes them very dangerous. Number two, you talk about the manipulative, or rather, let's look at number two, the instigation politics. And that is the main essence of even this broadcast. The instigation politics. Now, all of a sudden, a young girl who is from Calabar went to Lagos to serve. And then, boom, she's on social media. We are suffering. A bag of rice is 1 million. A bag of yam is this one. Tinubu is very wicked. Tinubu is wicked. Car. You people fall for her. No. No. They want to instigate Tinubu against the people. Now, hold on. You have your opinion. This is my opinion. And we speak what revelation we have received. That is instigation. Somebody from Calabar, first of all, based on Nigerian status quo, they sent you to Lagos. My brother, you are not a poor person. You must have bribed and bribed and bribed, because under normal circumstances, those people from South or minority, they send us to Arugongo, Sambisa Forest. They send us to area where people don't inhabit. That is where they send us to. And then they send people from the north or the west to work and share SPDC, Saipen. This is Nigerian mentality. And those Igbo people who can drag, we go to good places. So for you as a minority to go to Lagos, you must have bribed. And you are not poor. Because the real poor coppers now are languishing some forest in the name of NYSC. It's okay. It's okay. One of my sons is there, so I know what is obtainable. And now, you are in Lagos, and you are not crying. You just sit and say, oh, the moment you say Tinubu is evil, Tinubu is wicked, everybody, boom. But we've been there before. Just that you're not watching, you're not listening. You're not learning. That girl is not speaking for Nigerians, because it is time we call a spade a spade. In 1975, the minimum wage of Nigerians were 125 naira, and a bag of rice was sold for 50 naira. In all the West, every civil servant could buy up to like 20 bags of rice from their salary every month. But today, your minimum wage could be 200 naira. 200,000 rather. But I know it's not up to. Let's assume it's 80. What is the money they call in Nigeria? 80,000 naira. Because some of you are celebrating it. You can't even buy a bag of rice. But do you know people were still protesting then about hardship in Nigeria? Do you know people were still complaining about that minimum wage that could buy more than 20 bags of a rice? Woman will always complain. And so even though minimum wage is 1 million naira per month, people will still complain. But this is the real issue. Why is that matter trending? The same thing they did to Goodluck Ebere Jonathan. Where are those touts? I call them touts from Obiezekwe, political touts. Where are those Yusuf, all those useless criminals who are jumping up and down? Good luck is a bad luck. We must remove good luck. That is the same thing, the same game these cabals want to play against Tinubu. The one has come. Go and look at the people harping this issue. Tinubu is not a demon. And Tinubu is one of the sincere politicians I have seen in my life. I spent 11 years in Lagos. Very active 11 years, not as a child. I was among the working class. I worked in numerous places in Lagos. Even when Tinubu was like Onyesu Wike, Agbero, as a profession, before he even became governor. I know him. I know what he can do. I know he's not naive nor ignorant. I know he's greedy, but with good intention, because all of you are greedy. And I know for Tinubu, everything he's doing, his son will end up becoming governor of Lagos State in the coming years. I know his ambition, but you see what he's doing. He's trying to reduce the armed robbers in the house. You have heard about Ali Baba and the 40 thieves. He wants to reduce the 40 thieves to 15 thieves. And if he succeeds in doing that, at least Nigeria can breathe. But these 40 thieves are not backing down. That girl is sponsored. That girl is sponsored. But you won't believe it. Because during the time of good luck, we couldn't see anything. We did point out to Nigeria that something is not right. The body language obviously cleared the whole issue. How can you congratulate Buhari when INEC has not called the election? The young man said, no, my ambition does not worth the blood of any Nigerian. With this main mindset, if we ask Nigerian, all the political representatives we have had for over 50 years, vote for one of them to come back again, and you don't vote Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, I know you are part of the enemy of Nigeria. He relinquished power. He must have stolen money. He must have been weak, but he showed humanity. We see humanity manifest in his life. He took a bow. He would have resisted, and his people will still be suffering from it till today. And Nigeria will not be the same again. But then we thank him. The same way they frustrated Goodluck, Hausa people were shouting, Igbo people like Father Mbaka were shouting, from religion arena everywhere, Yoruba, everybody was against Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. He must get out. That is the same game they want to play with Tinubu. But here's the real issue. If we gather as Hausa, Igbo or Yoruba, and then fight against South person that is incompetent and remove him. And now, we have gathered against Buhari. Igbo people championed it, that he has died in Sudanese, and that is his body double that is ruling Nigeria, to discredit him. Though they couldn't remove him, he stayed his 8 years, and he lost out. And now, we have Yoruba now. And now, Hausa and Igbo now have to team together again, and then begin to fight Tinubu. You will see that we're spending our energy replacing one dictatorship to another. We will never get the true leader. And so we need to come to a place where we checkmate this manipulative, this instigative politics. Stop allowing them to instigate people against you. Politics should be about what you can do, what you know, and not who you know. And then we look at the third one. That is the manipulative politics. Some people in politics, it's all about manipulation. Go and learn from Peter Obi. You will understand if you are reasonable. He's a manipulator. Recently, Peter Obi made a broadcast that President Ahmed Bola Tinubu is fulfilling his election manifesto, that he's doing well, and his fellow Igbo people are hypering it, that everything he promised to do to Nigeria, he's doing it. And they support it with the video of that useless girl who says she's in Nigeria, an NYSC, whose father is part of the problem we are suffering in Nigeria. They are deceiving themselves. They are deceiving themselves. This is how they manipulate. And so when he gave her this speech, you think he was praising Tinubu. No, he was actually dragging your attention to the simple fact that the government of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu has done the worst by suffering Nigerian because he removed subsidy, the increase in tariff, But the creation of state that is ongoing, that will benefit Igbo people, P2B have not talked about it. They are fighting the tax reform bill because it will benefit minority of Nigerians like South with us. No. They play manipulative politics. They manipulate you to think those people are their problem. They are not their problem. I bet you, if P2B become the president of Nigeria, your life will not remain the same again. Look at somebody who is not a president yet. He's dictating for everybody. He is now the Georgia of Nigeria. You don't know you are being manipulated. Now they are trying to manipulate Hausa, and Hausa may fall for it temporarily, but Hausa know how to handle Igbo man. They will use Igbo man to get there. Igbo man is the invisible hand of the Hausa people that can go into the nuclear reaction platform where their hand cannot go to. But they think they are manipulating anybody. And now when Igbo and Hausa fight, at the end of the day, who suffers it? All Nigeria. And when Igbo and Hausa join together and manipulate and remove Yoruba man, who suffers it? All Nigeria. And somewhere along the line, we are complaining that Nigeria is not progressing, this one is not progressing. How can you progress? No, how can you progress? With this kind of manipulators everywhere, how can you progress? Because every politician in Nigeria do not know what is continuity when it comes to project management. It's only the Yoruba governors I know that has idea on this. When a governor leaves office, he does not quarrel with his predecessor. Every project is stopped there, they carry on from there. Whether they are friends or not, when misunderstanding comes in, Yoruba elders will in and sort them out. And so there is continuity when it comes to project, vision, dream that they have for their people. Come to the South. You can see Omeha, Wike, Peter Dele, Chibuike Amechi. These four people I've mentioned, they are enemies. What are they fighting for? They've been governors. They've stolen. They've moved on. Come to Delta. It's just some, maybe based on our value system. That is why nobody's killing anybody. Go to the Southeast. Everybody is fighting everybody. The next governor, where is Willie Obiano? He can't near Anambra or else he will get it from Soludo. And I know when Soludo leaves, his predecessor will chase him. If Alesoti has not been a progressive-minded individual, and let's give it to Okezie Ekpazo, at least he's not fighting Alesoti. How would he when he has stolen enough? So each time they manipulate you and they use you and they succeed in bringing in a stranger, that stranger will jettison all the projects that would have made Nigerians to prosper and start their own in order to be able to steal, chop and claim out. I can't forget in a hurry a monorail project handled by Rotimi Amechi, the then governor of Rivers State. He was going to build a railway in Rivers State. I think he spent almost 10 billion naira, or is it dollar, $10 billion or thereabout. The project ended up as casting pillar everywhere in the town. Manipulative politics. Nigerians will not progress by it. And then we look at the last one, which is generally known as dirty politics. When it comes to dirty politics, they will tell you there is no permanent friend, there is no permanent enemy. When you hear politicians tell you this, know that they are hyenas. They are wolves, very vicious animal. They cannot be trusted. Trust them to your own peril, because it is their interest that must be protected. Any other thing you're bringing on board, you are on your own. And this politics has made them to do everything they can. They enter secret court, they sell their property, they borrow loan, they look for sponsors just to get to that office. And when they play these dirty politics to get to the office, that is when you begin to hear them begin to make phone call. They will go to imam and tell imam, Allah Akbar, vote for me, Allah children will enjoy. And then they will go to the church. They will say, yes, daddy, it's a religious war. Let us save Christian. They will go to the native doctor and say, Omenala, we are greeting you. They will go to club. They will go everywhere out of desperation. They're spending money. But this is the call in the whole matter. Nigeria is a country that has respect for religion. We are Christians, we are Muslims, we are traditionalists, we are Hindus, we are Bundus, we are Mandus. Name the religion. And so how do you think this same man who appealed to Christians to vote, he will help Christians. He appealed to Muslims, he vote, you will help Muslims. You appeal to the traditionalists to vote you, you will help them. You that they are fooling does not even understand that this religious character, the ethics of their belief contradict each other. They don't agree. The Bible even say, what fellowship does darkness have with the light? What fellowship does Muhammad and Jesus have? Do not equally yoke with unbeliever. And so how do you balance this when you have become a religious politicians? You are just simply playing dirty politics. Is that office you want? And no wonder when they get there, they don't care about you. All they care is recouping back all the money they spent in the project of becoming your leaders. And so, fellow Nigerians, let us not be distracted by those enemies on social media. We should be talking about the solution to how Nigerians will prosper. That is what we intend to be doing, revealing areas that our people should pay attention to. This era of trying to instigate, manipulate, these eras of influence by godfatherism and those playing dirty game, it's winding up, it is dying down, it is gradually shifting its base because the foundation has been crushed already. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu may be doing the right thing or the wrong thing. Time will tell. What did we learn from the past leadership of Muhammadu Buhari? What did we learn from the man, Goodluck Ebere Jonathan? What did we learn from late Yaradua? What did we learn from past president that we as a people can say we have implemented? None. None. Let this be the time the true change will begin if we must survive as a people. And so in a nutshell this morning, I encourage you, fellow Nigeria. I advise you, fellow Nigeria, watch out for those instigating politicians. They are the ones sponsoring those things. The atmosphere is not right for them. By now, you will hear them coming out in their numbers. And I'm sure President Ahmed Bola Tinubu will not let them have their way. When we talk about defending the interests of the people, we should do it in such a way that even when we confront the justice system, they will have nothing to say. I was on Radio Biafra. I was broadcasting and doing everything that I had to do. And I was arrested, having been set up by the same criminal, manipulative politicians, dirty politicians. That is what Igbo Biafras are. And when I was arrested, and I gave my submission to the competent court jurisdiction, like Jesus will say, for the prince of the earth was loosed against me, but they found nothing against me. It's not as if they cannot indict me, lay false allegation against me, but they were sincere. The DSS was sincere in carrying out their investigation in my matter. The justice system were sincere in looking into my matter. Because it's almost impossible to contradict my action. And evidence was there. Evidence was there. And so when we are doing the right thing, nobody can shut us down. And even one of their leaders was calling that lady and said, Madam, go and pull down that video. Listen to that girl's statement. You will know that girl is sponsored. You will know there are people behind that girl. You will know that girl is a criminal herself. Because the woman say, young lady, what kind of post is that? Go and pull it down. You are supposed to be laundering the image of Nigeria, not coming to talk rubbish. And the girl said to her, are you threatening me, madam? Are you threatening me? If they threaten her, what happens? This is how we have been shouting. We want youth to be involved in politics. You must carry the youth along. We campaign for it seriously. Where is a do better? Where is a do better? Or now don't forget a do better. This same one now using herself to disgrace herself and Nigerian NYSC. You people want to disgrace yourself. Give her office now. She will tell you Tinubu is angelic, is very good. Have you seen anybody eating money from the immediate government that will condemn this government? They know how to get to you. Look at the issue of Akpabio. All of a sudden, old haggard wife, when they say she's beautiful, I wonder where is beautiful. The beautiful of face, not the beautiful of breast. The beautiful of breast, not the beautiful of nyash. The beautiful of nyash, not the beautiful of the interior. Or you know, every man gets his own beautiful. It's beautiful, it's beautiful. So she lost her respect. She don't have respect for her marriage. And he's going to United Nations. United Nations, I come here not because of myself. I come here because of Nigerian women. Because Nigerian women have been harassed. United Nations, Akpabio want to rape me. And I look at all of them called United Nations. And I shook my head. But I pity her most. You know, come and remove Akpabio. A Kogi person. Knowing what Yahaya Bello and the rest of them are doing. He didn't go to United Nations. Does Kogi people know who Nigerians are? Kogi people, all of you in Kogi, do you know who Nigerians are? And then one of your own is running mad. They are sexually embarrassing me because I'm too beautiful. The next Miss Universe, Abani Derego, another beautiful. Nobody is harassing them. And Nigerians believe. Why wouldn't they come up with another cock and bull story? People like that are supposed to be sanctioned. This is my point of view, based on extensive knowledge. Based on extensive knowledge, I learned. I never knew such thing could exist. And most of you will be saying, why is he saying like this? My dear, this is the right thing to say. And this is the truth and the absolute truth. Before I bring it to an end, let me tell you something. When we were in IPOB, we got to a stage. The next agenda of Nnamdi Kanu was to go to Nigerian universities in the southeast and begin to recruit young girls with HIV. They start sending them to politicians. They start sending fine young girls with HIV positive to politicians, to their target, to their enemy. They sent to me, go to my post. They were shouting that, oh, he has HIV. They sent to me. The person confessed to me. Because when she came to me, she see I'm not like what she's taught. And after that, she left. Go and ask Austin Abayem. There is a man in IPOB known as Austin Abayem. He is in charge. Tell him all the chat they have in that group, that I still have a record of it. And why are they doing that? Because when all these politicians want to do get together, they go to the campus and hire guests. They have agents that bring guests for them. Rubbish them that night and move on. I've seen it in different politicians' house. Some of the company, what do they call the name? Partner with us. The name of the company I know is known as Partner with Us. They supply politicians with numerous young girls. But let me tell you, Akpabio would have been able to partner with them and get the coins of our nation. But they have to play these dirty politics. So what we are looking at, let's impeach him, let's remove him, let's remove Tinubu, let's do this one. But while you are doing it, Oburo Kundibu, while you are doing all this rubbish, what is at stake is still at stake. And so they throw one story for us, we die over a story, a will that will never be. And at the end of the day, you are distracted. Don't let them fool you. Know the kind of politics that are obtainable. Maybe my next broadcast will look at the viable politics every Nigerian must play. We should be mature enough to know this truth. I'll go to my comment section now and then receive some insult because I love insult. I see different Blackie. Good morning, different Blackie. I greet you. Good morning. I see Okoma. I greet you, my brother. Good morning. I see John. You say good morning, George. I greet you, John. And then I see as a man. I greet you as a man. I see Kenwood. It's a talk about what is happening in Rivers State. Leave Peter Obi alone. Yes, Kenwood, you are right. I should be talking about what is happening in Rivers State. But then I'm not from Rivers State. I'm from Delta State. And so if you are to be Ikwiri man, Okreka man, Ogoni man, Ijo man, Wakreke man, anybody from Rivers State, I would have listened to you as a buffoon. I would have listened to you as Igbo wild animal that you are. But you see, I'm not from Rivers State. That right I have to talk about Wike and Senfubara is the same right I have to talk about Peter Obi, who has become impediment, who has become the clause in the wheel of our progress as a nation. And I'm not standing here as a Delta man, but I'm standing here as a Nigerian. The last time I checked, I'm a Nigerian. And I'm going to remain in Nigeria for a very long time. Because you see, to divide Nigeria, my brother, the project will take another 100 years. Because all of you go vomit with you and don't chop in the name of one Nigeria. Your country will eventually become a collateral. Talk about the River State. Leave it. Am I from River State? You want to ask question before you make comment. Better still, you would have dropped a good insult for me. Good insult. Not just comment. I see... who do I have there? Uyi there. I greet you, Uyi. Good morning from here. Say P2B, IPOB, night Nigeria at daytime. That is what they are. That's just the truth. So, that's just the truth. The last meeting I had with any politician in the southeast under Biafra agitation was with Peter Obi in Enugu. I was in the company of Aloy Jimako. What were we talking about as a Biafra man then? Are we talking about Nigerian politics? Are we talking about IPOB Biafra agenda? Somewhere along the line, they will make the mistake. And that mistake will bring their end, their inevitable end. Just the same way I told Nnamdi Kanu. I said, you will make a mistake. And you will not have the opportunity to receive forgiveness, not to talk of repentance. You end your career. Where is his career? There are people you don't fight. You fight them, you fight yourself. In the absence of any other insult, I'll bring the broadcast to an end. Don't forget I remain George Unibi. Have a nice day.